I'm sure you guys have heard of the race in number one by Akali Bet and Emmerich here, having a 292 PP gap. Akali Bet almost reaching Emmerich, but he freaking took a break. But I just want to update y'all on this real quick. I want to talk about Emmerich here. He be shitting out some scores lately that would be kind of crazy. Like, I looked at this one play called The Last Exit to Brooklyn, which is a 631 PP if ranked, 3000 PP if FC. And you guys are probably looking at that like, this guy just choked 3000 PP? Like, is that even fucking real? And I was looking at the replay and I was like, holy shit, this is kind of fucking nuts. And like, it's just like an aim play at 390 BPM and you're just torquing all over the place, and Emmerich is just absolutely shitting on this map. Like, this is pretty incredible, and this is just giving some signs here that Emmerich's not giving up. Perhaps his break from playing Osu for a bit when he was chill maxing the lifeline here made his Osu skill very good in the meantime, because there is a playlist buff that exists where if you take a break and you hop on Osu after a bit, you're like, oh my god, my aim is really good. So maybe Emmerich got that buff here and he hopped on and set a 3000 PP choke. That doesn't even sound fucking real. 3000 PP. I mean, you guys are probably like, dude, it's 16 misses, how is this a choke? But it's like a 1500 to combo skill removal. But this map's not even ranked anyways. It's like a graveyarded one, so you wouldn't even give PP. But this just shows how good Emmerich's aim skill is. And if there's any other ranked maps out there for 8-star, maybe it's like a 9-star, and then he puts DT on it and he plays it and it's currently ranked right now, he could probably set like a rank 2k PP. And this just shows that he still has that competition, he still has that dog in him, and he's not going to give up against his #1 throne taken away from Akali Bet here. It seems like Emmerich, yeah, Akali Bet has the speed skill and can twerk on Volley of the Quandale and Sidetrack Day, but Emmerich here, yeah, he has a little bit of speed, but his aim is still cracked as heck, and perhaps he can hop on the Tsuyu map and play that on DT, or the other Tsuyu maps. Like, every Tsuyu map ever, he can play them on DT before they get removed after Pusu situation. I'm out. I don't know, but Emmerich here, he's still showing a lot of promise, and it seems very exciting for the future. And if he just sets like a 2000 PP play out of nowhere after taking this break, that would be fucking nuts. But I just wanted to talk about that. Emmerich's not giving up, but I also want to talk about this other situation here that I saw in the OC game subreddit, which is not really related to this video topic, but I just had to say something else because I just thought it was freaking funny. But this guy is saying, I showed Osu to a girl at work, and it's kind of a cringe thing here, but he said she came into work and was talking with me, and I randomly blurted out, so do you play games? And she said, nah, not really. So the OC demons inside me told me, say it, comfortable chip 740, tell her. So I couldn't resist and said, I play rhythm games, you want to see? She reluctantly said, oh yeah, sure, I guess. So I quickly found a big black SS that I uploaded years ago, and she watched in horror. Afterwards, she was silent and said, oh, cool. And I didn't know what to say, so I said, yeah, so that's me. Anyways, I'll see you next week. And then I left work early to avoid having to explain myself. And hopefully by next time I see her, she will have forgotten about my awkwardness completely. So that's a pretty awkward scenario there. When I was reading that, I was like, this is probably a top 10 Osu cringe moment ever. It's probably up there with the Utami Riz situation and the Osu girl at work situation. Like, it's just so weird. And I'm just like thinking, guys, I'm not really the #1 Riz maxer, like having an SS on Rizology 727. I'm not really out here getting a 1600 on the Rizology SAT. Just some general social skills here. If you just go up to a random person and say you play Osu, like, generally when I talk to people, I like to avoid like the topic of me even saying that I play Osu, because it's kind of weird, I feel like, because if you try to explain it, they're like, oh, well, what the fuck is that? And you're like, well, it's a game where you can click the circles and there's all these anime girls, and like you probably don't say the anime girl stuff, and they're like, oh, I think I've heard of that before, and they look it up on their phone and they see all the anime in the pink, and they're like, that's kind of okay. I mean, I guess if that's what you're into, like I don't know. Personally, I wouldn't really bring this up to say that I play Osu in public just to a random person. But perhaps there's gonna be some random people that go up to me and be like, "Oh my God, it's Cap Neuer." Like, this is literally what happened the other day when I was going to the gym, and there was this random person that watched my videos like, "Dude, do you do YouTube? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, do you play Osu? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, oh my god, bro, you're the guy. And I was like, well, that was pretty cool. It was kind of weird, but that happened the other day. But I don't know, guys, if you're out here trying to be the Riz Maxer, saying that you play Osu, I don't know, it's just not a W Riz strat. I think it's an L Riz strat. But that's pretty much all I want to say in this video. It's kind of just a random yap about Mrekk and this Osu girl thing. Like, I'm just trying to make a video here, kind of a filler episode, honestly, because I have to go to bed. It's like 12 fucking a.m. and I'm procrastinating to making this YouTube video for the longest time because I was looking through the Reddit pages and I was like, dude, I don't even know what the fuck to make a video on. That's pretty much all I want to say in this video, and I'll see y'all.